they give it to Brooks.
Well, what you do is you show them the same thing you showed them last time you played them, then you add a little wrinkle. That was the wrinkle. Bring Brooks around.
Billy Brooks runs it downfield, and Kelly to Tasker. 26 yards more, and Tom Olivedani, defensive coordinator of Miami, says, whack. Well, watch what happens here. John Fina, look at the speed, number 7, boom, to Lewis Oliver. Thermal with 30, that's Derek Holmes with 34 yards. Where is the tackling? Now they switch over to the second quarter, and maybe fortunes change. Gene Atkins makes the pick on a bizarre throw by Jim Kelly, Joe.
It's not so bizarre. Jim's trying to make a play. What he does is he scrambles to the right, trying to bring the defense, looks over there, but he can't find Atkins. Hey, look at that, Chris. A Dolphin caught something.
Well, it's 10-0, so maybe the fortunes would change, but Tommy Cornelius Bennett was right in.
Untouched, although they didn't get the sack, they got what they wanted, the pressure in Marino's face.
And they also got what they wanted on the ground with Thermal Thomas, and watch what happens. The hardest hit by a Miami defender all day was made by the defensive coordinator, Tom Olivedani, right there. They talked. Thurman said, I'm sorry. Olivedani said, you're a heck of a back. Later on, Thurman said, I had to agree with him. 2 plays later, it's the youngster, Derek Holmes. So what kind of run is this?
What a great run. Look at the feet. He always keeps his feet moving toward the goal line, and there he is in.
7th round pick from Portland State makes it 17-0 Bills. Next drive, Marino hit by Phil Hansen. That girl, Marlo Perry, makes the pick. And the Buffalo defense stymieing Dan Marino and the Miami offense. 2 plays later, Kelly, a Tasker, a touchdown, 37 yards, 24-0. Tasker caught balls for 108 yards today. He had never had a 100-yard season in his previous 10 seasons. Now, the second leading rusher for the Dolphins today was John Kidd. Problem is he's a punter. First time they went to Irving Fryer today was when O.J. McDuffie threw it on a wide receiver toss. What is wrong with this picture? 24-0 Bills at the half. Third quarter, doink, and into the hands off Marino to Bryce Pop. This is the way it went. Then Kelly to Thurman Thomas. Across the middle for 15 yards, 27-0 Buffalo after 3 quarters. Then Tim Tyndale. You remember him, the winner of the Heck Crichton Award, the Canadian Heisman Trophy Award twice. Tyndale, a touchdown, combined with Christie, also from Canada, his 3 field goals and 4 extra points. The Canadians outscore the Americans 19-18. But Terry Kirby plunges in. The Dolphins get an onside kick, 37-22 late. But wouldn't you know it, another pick. This time it's Ken Urban picking off Dan Marino. 3 picks today. Jim Kelly and the Bills in a score that wasn't nearly as close as this game was. 37-22. The Bills all over the Dolphins. The amazing number of the day, 341 yards rushing by the Buffalo Bills. And the 341 yards rushing by the Bills, of course, the bulk of it done by Thurman Thomas, 158. Holmes had 87, and Tyndale had over 60. It sets a record, the second most ever yards rushing in the postseason. Only the Bears in 1940, when they won 73-0, had more rushing yards than the Bills, 341 today. After the game, both locker rooms.
Any way you look at it, they were at playoff level and we were at preseason level, and they kicked our butt.
Don't really know what to say other than we just got our butt kicked all the way around, offense, defense, everything.
We just couldn't generate anything offensively. We couldn't convert any third downs to get drives going, and defensively we just couldn't slow them down. The things that we had hoped for would be that we could play better run defense and slow Thurman Thomas down and somehow take Kelly out of his rhythm, and we just couldn't do that.
I was getting criticized a lot here in Buffalo about not staying in the game and not being, the back that I used to be. And, and when I hear comments like that, I take it to heart because I'm out there trying to do my best. And when I heard that, I just told offensive line, hey, just make sure you try to get your blocks. I'll take care of the rest. And for the last 3 out of the 4 weeks, they've done a great job.
Although we didn't sack him, we felt the most important thing was to get around him. Just let him know that you're there. Pat him on the ass or something, and he'll know that you're there, and that'll disturb him a little bit.
Well, I tell you what, we'll pat the Bills on the back for a heck of a job. And folks, not many people in August said this, but they're for real, and they have a shot to get back to the Super Bowl. 52 carries, 341 yards. That's 7 yards a clip for rushing most by Thurman Thomas.
I mean, what a day he had, too. And the thing was, we focused a lot on the fact that the Buffalo Bills, we talked about, oh, their defense has carried their team. Well, the offense finally took it to heart. They decided, hey, look, we have some pretty good football players. No matter how you cut up that Buffalo Bill offense, you still have to focus on Thurman Thomas. It's almost a broken record. Every week, everybody says, geez, how do they win? Very easily, Tom. You give the ball to Thurman. 6.3 yards a carry today. Unbelievable.
And anytime you see Thurman having that kind of success, it goes right to the offensive line, and what a job they did today. When you watch this offensive line perform, knock people off the football, you can see that the holes are open, whether it's Thurman Thomas, whether it's Holmes, whether it's Tyndale. Look at the size of the holes that he's going through. And some of this is pick a hole. They run the counter tray here, they come around, but this is basically Thurman now spotting the gap and getting upfield. We'll take a last look here. John Fina and Reuben Brown. This with Tyndale moving down the line. And look at Brown come off his block right there to open up a nice hole and clear a way for Tyndale to get down the football field. And the other thing that I like that they do is that Jim Kelly calls his own plays, does it more than any quarterback in the NFL. That means it doesn't have to go to the booth, come to the sideline, get to him. You come down and you tell him, look, I can get open on the hitch and go. He calls it.
Well, they've been through this before, and they can win at Pittsburgh. They can win at Kansas City. They know how to do this. A postscript. Marino, 33 of 64 for 422, all when
Marv Albert with Chris Collinsworth and Jim Gray saying so long